Lynn from Louisville, Kentucky. WFIA is the station. Hello, Lynn.
Hi.
How are you?
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
I listen to the program, and I've been a member for a year.
Thank you. How's that membership going?
Really, you're my brothers and sisters.
Well, we feel it. We feel
Thanks,
that way.
Lynn.
We really do. Do you like getting that CD I make every month for you club?
Oh,
New
yes.
Lifers? I love doing those.
Yeah, I really like listening to them. I learn a lot.
Okay. Well, how could we help today?
Well, last year we had a good talk in Louisville at the open house.
Yes.
And I told you about having a lifelong program, a lifelong problem that I learned about through the program.
Yeah.
And we had a good talk, and I really felt great. And I've been studying Forgiving the Unforgivable and self-talk and regret-free living and all the books you've sent. And things got complicated. I've had my family and I've had 6 significant deaths since the weekend before Christmas.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
One was a suicide, and a friend's husband, and 3 were old and sick, and one was a young father, my cousin's grandson-in-law, came down with a heart ailment and needed a transplant and didn't get it, and he was a father of 3 young children under 5.
Wow.
And then my cousin lost her husband, and then she died in mid-August.
So a lot of loss.
Pardon me?
A lot of loss.
Yes. And this cousin died in mid-August, and one of your ladies called just within a week or so after her death. And I was really upset because my cousin's funeral, I had never seen one of these celebration of life serials and celebration of life funerals and her face came up on the screen with a big smile at the end, and I just went into shock.
Yeah. Okay.
At how beautiful it was.
Yeah.
And what a wreck my life has been.
Well, I want you to think about the question that we could help you with.
Okay.
We're going to go to a break, and we'll be right back. And but you think, what is it that they could help me in this time of great loss? We really do want to help you in some way. So you think about that. We're talking with Lynn. And Lynn, did you think about that question you want to ask us?
Yes. I was busy grieving my own life, and then all of these, and then towards at the end of the summer, God was saying that the baggage is gone and the grief is subsiding, and it's time to move on.
All right.
And I'm really feeling some joy. I've gone
so what's
to church for 15 years, and I help in children's
right. So what's your question?
And I'm taking
Lynn, can you get to a question for us? How could we help you today?
Well, I'm feeling vulnerable. I'm afraid of falling into traps with rescuers. There are people who are telling me, jump into this and jump into that. Well,
you know why they're telling you that, Lynn? Is because guess what? You've got to get out of yourself and you've got to get connected. I think they're picking up on the fact that you're really isolating, and you've been an amazing student of reading the books. You know, all the books that the ministry has to offer you.
Yeah.
But you need to get out and be with people.
Takes more than the books.
Yep.
I am in a community connection group, and that's where it's happening. And I'm helping in children's ministry, and I'm taking a discipleship course.
Okay,
That
good,
seems peaceful.
good.
And I volunteer at the Arts Center. That gets me
Those are
out.
good.
Okay, those are good. Where are you getting loved right now? Where are you getting love where you can talk about the grief that you've had in this past year? With adults, not with kids. Where are you receiving love right now?
Well, just the fact that you can't just jump out there and say it means that there's a deficit.
Yeah.
There's a deficit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so Lynn, that
I'm not
is,
feeling very close because they get.
I get it. Lynn, this is what I'd like you to
I
do.
picked up and reviewed this Next Door Savior.
Right. Hey, Lynn, darling, this is what I'd love for you to do. I want you to find a grief group. And I want you to go every week.
Yeah.
Like clockwork. I want
How
you
do
to
you
start
find a
going.
grief group?
You go on, well, I don't know if she has a computer. I
Yeah.
know she's 70, so sometimes 70-year-olds are
Louisville ought to
computer
have
savvy.
a few grief groups going.
Yeah, you
in
can go
in a city
online.
like that.
You can ask your church. Where is someone in your church can help you find a grief group? But you find it and you start going and you start telling your story and you let some people love you. That's where the healing's going to happen.
And one of the places Lynn is really scared is she's getting into a group, and she said, I feel vulnerable because these people are, I'm afraid they're going to, I'm going to go into their traps. So what people are trying to do is fix her and tell her what to do. And what you're saying is, you'll know you're loved when people just care for you where you're at right now and don't tell you what to do.
Right.
Yeah.
And so perhaps she fears that she's vulnerable and she'll get pushed around into places she doesn't want to go.
Right. That could be. Absolutely, Mylan.
And in fact, but your idea, a grief recovery group, doesn't tell you what to do.
No.
A good recovery group says, let me just love you right where you're at.
Yeah, you just get to tell your story and you get to see compassion on people's faces because...
And there's a big difference.
Yep.
Big. All right. Okay. What should we send her? I want to send her something, 100 Days of Serenity. I'll send that. Anything else you can think of would be good?
You said something very wise a moment ago. Both of you are. You're saying that, look, you can read all the books in the world, but you have to get out and do them.
Yeah.
Which means we have to enter into a community. And I appreciate Lynn is really trying for her to read all the books, to come to some sort of a Louisville encounter with you, to reach out.
Yep.
All that is really good stuff. Now, but see, you're the guy that has a radio show, you see. What if I now have to sit down with people that are just like me?
Yeah.
It's a different level of connection with people that are just like me, grieving.
Yep.
So I would say that would be the place you want to go more than any other places, to a grief group.
Yep.
All right. Good advice there. I'll send her 100 Days of Serenity. I hope that that'll be a blessing.